Hey, you're listening to another episode of Rogan Radio. We are back in Studio A here live. Well, actually, it was live.
Yeah.
It's not live
We are
now
not
here in
live.
Leavenport, West Virginia.
We're live right now.
We're live right now.
Not only do we have the director, once again, Darren Hardman, but we also have Jimmy Wiz, who is our resident coal miner, and we have Todd Beck. And in the backdrop, we have, who is always hidden, the mystery man, Mark Coffey.
Mark Coffey, say something. Thank you very much.
I'm telling you what, when we have the what was going to be the spring fling, that's turned into now the Summer Slam. There's
Eventually be the fall.
Yeah, there's
whatever.
going to be fall fest,
Fall ball.
fall fest. There's going to be a thing called the coffee table, and that's when Mark gets on all fours, and we like take either shots of him off of him, or something. But it's going to be called the coffee table.
He might enjoy that. I'm not too sure.
Well, I don't know. This episode, we have some great things to talk about. As we do, we say that every single week, and this one's going to be no exception. We're going to go ahead and give you an update on what's happening around the local area here of Lumberport, Shinston, Carlsberg, Bridgeport area. Namely, one being the Big Duggar Dance happening on July 23rd. We had a great time up in Bridgeport last time.
And it should be a great time this time in Buchanan on July 23rd, 8 to 12.
That's right, and I tell you what,
Bring your groove, buddy.
Bring your
Get your
groove,
groove
and
on.
bring it strong because we're going to be there and kicking it.
Yeah, we're going to be kicking it.
Kicking it hard.
Who won Duggar tickets this evening?
Duggar
You
tickets
remember?
was from Sarah.
Sarah
Sarah.
won
And
Duggar tickets.
And the great thing about it, I'm sorry to tell Sarah, is that the great thing about it is because she was a female, is that the first thing that everybody did was think, who was Sarah?
Who is Sarah?
Who was
Oh, we
Sarah?
all didn't think Chuck thought that. Don't let him fool you.
So Chuck got on the Facebook and stalked her.
I did not stalk Sarah.
He was stalking her. He wanted a message. Hey, give me a private message, Sarah.
Yeah, private message.
But-
private message,
One.
Rogan Radio.
But-
Don't worry, I'm the
Two,
only
two.
one that listens to Rogan Radio messages.
Whiz. Gee whiz.
Look,
Jim
no
Whiz.
ring on my finger.
You know what? Instead of saying, wow,
Yeah.
there is no ring on my finger. Instead of saying gee whiz from now on, I'm going to say Jim Whiz.
Oh, Jim
What do you want me
Whiz,
to whiz
Chuck.
on?
Oh, Jim Whiz.
Jim Whiz.
Yourself.
But we're going to go ahead and talk about a kind of an
Something.
interesting thing. It's called the teddy bear. Do you have any? Everybody has a teddy bear. Darren, do you have a teddy bear?
No, maybe
I do
Darren
not. I
did
did
have a
have
teddy
one.
bear.
When you were
Yeah.
when you were a kid, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Jimmy.
We all still can't have more coffees like yourself.
Oh my goodness!
That's what my wife calls him, a big teddy bear.
Did you
Wait,
have a?
so
Did the kids have a teddy bear? Did the kid?
No, I mean some
Oh.
form or fashion, not really a teddy bear.
What
Just
the hell
like
did
a
you get
plush,
him?
like a plush
Well,
something.
like like Christian carried around a little oil truck like all the time. It was his teddy bear. You know, like
Okay.
oil
But he
truck
did-
is not a teddy bear, boy.
But he
I know,
didn't have
but
a teddy
it
bear.
symbolized his teddy bear.
But there's actually a story. It was actually the word teddy bear actually has a meaning, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. It's it's actually a very interesting fact.
Yeah, nobody knows about the teddy bear
I wonder,
except for
is-
it's just a fun little. And
So
where did the teddy
when
bear
a
come
girl
from?
wears a teddy, is it because it hugs her body,
I
like
don't
teddy
know.
bear
I don't
hugs?
know
Ooh,
that
see?
story. I don't know that
I
story.
don't know, but we'll make
We're gonna
one
have
up.
to look that up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
bet
never
if you
thought
type
of
in
that.
teddy bear and sexy on your search engine, you're going to come up with some pretty
Where
crazy
did,
stuff.
where did the
You hug teddy bears when you're little, then they wear the teddies when they're
wow,
bigger.
booyah!
I'm just thinking.
My.
Oh, my.
You know what, George Takei? That might be the best thing that guy.
My.
You know what? That might be the best thing he's ever contributed to anything.
It-
I love him.
besides
He's-
the fact
he-
that he was a huge Star Trek guy.
But the fact of it, the matter is that George Takei is a pretty cool dude anyway. He's cool.
My.
Just
Yeah,
that,
there he is.
just that,
There he
just
is.
that voice. Oh,
My.
just that.
Good job,
Listen.
Jim.
Listen, you can do that. I
know.
can set it to music. Listen, I'll find some music right now. We'll do it with David Daughtery.
Are you? No, I don't think we're going to do it.
Oh no, try it. We'll see. We'll see what it sounds like.
Okay, that works.
See?
Do it again, Jim. Yeah.
You can
You're
all be-
right. That absolutely does work.
You can't beat that. But we're going to talk about the teddy bear.
My.
Maybe this will be the Oh My show.
Oh, my.
That's absolutely fantastic. We also have some details though on some upcoming events. We have we have a lot of things we have to do.
Well, we got some
It's
people
gonna be
that
busy.
we got some people we want to get in here too, right? We got
John Starkey for
John
one.
Starkey. He's got his own podcast.
Him and his boys, they have a podcast over in Fairmont, and we're going to get him on the show. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to get Jeremy in the show when we do that because he's our not only our movie rep guy, but he's also our what would you want to call it? Our
resident
wrestling
aficionado.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
That's the wrong word.
We have that. But we also have some
we got Garth Joseph going to be coming in.
Garth Joseph is going to come in and talk about security. Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. We have a lot of stuff here in the studios. And the one thing I know of, I'll when I'm here, I'll kill you if you break in the house. That's no question. I don't have a problem with that. But, I mean, when I'm not here, that's the question. So we're going to have Garth in here in a couple of weeks to talk about
all
some
you
different
female
securities.
fans, make sure you knock before you come in here for Chuck.
Either that or I'll hide behind a Mustang.
Oh, well, okay.
Deadly
Don't worry.
Alright,
So if somebody
just
comes
quiet.
in here to steal anything, you don't want them taking that stress pecker. So
Right.
I see what you're getting
Take
at.
everything but the stress pecker.
Now, another thing we want to talk about is our quads. We call them quads, or I call them quads. They're called drones. I had a couple
To
questions.
the less educated
That's
people.
right.
The unsophisticated
Because
people.
they're so affordable now, I guess, in a lot of respects.
Because everybody has $1,000 to drop on one.
Well, hell, that
Oh,
new.
of course.
I tell you what, the new Phantom 4 from DJI.
Yes.
that thing is badass. That
Yes.
Now,
thing,
does it
I even
have
looked
the
that
camera on the remote?
it has everything.
Because that's what I didn't like. That's what
No.
I liked about the Unique, though, is I like it having the display and not having to use
on
your
the on the
phone.
ground station. No, it still has. You still have to use the your
Cell
iPhone
phone
or iPad or whatever. But the software that it comes with is fantastic. Now, granted, the thing's like $1,600, but Rogan money.
Why don't we get Rogan Radio to buy a few of those?
But I'm telling you,
guess.
this thing is absolutely phenomenal. It's cool. But somebody asked me the other day about doing weddings. Wanted me to do a wedding.
Which, you know what? It sounds like a great idea, right?
Sounds like a great idea.
But
How much will you charge to do a wedding? It's like, nah, I cannot.
Nope.
It's everything. Well, first of all, this is all fun for us. We'll let that be said. Second of all, one of the big reasons we don't charge for anything is because if we did, especially with the drone, and if you have a drone, and if you're doing anything with a drone and charging money, a lot of people are doing like real estate and, like I said, weddings and stuff like that. Listen, that falls under the 333 exemption of the FAA rules, and if you get caught, and believe me, you will get caught because
Eventually.
your competition is going to tell on
Yep.
you because somebody that's a photographer who doesn't have a drone is going to say, "Hey, listen, this guy's doing this." That's why it's going to be. It's $10,000 every
Offense.
every offense. And it's like, my God. So I mean, it's like.
it's flattering that someone asks you to do that because they've seen your stuff, but you just can't do it because you don't have a
Well, he
license
could do
and
it.
you
He just can't charge for it. Right?
Right, absolutely.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can do it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's exactly why we do what we do. Like when we went to Lincoln, right? We do all that stuff. We do it for free. I mean, first of all, we don't charge anything because it's on our time schedule. Because we can't make time. This isn't not our business. Second of all, we don't want to pay a $6,000 license, and then second of all, we're just not going to do that. It's not.
$10,000 fine's a little much.
Yeah, and not to
That's
mention
stupid.
And speaking of that, on Saturday, this coming Saturday, we have a thing in Shinson to do. Did I mention that?
you mentioned
Oh,
that to
no,
me. I don't know if you
yeah,
mentioned
I
it.
won't be here, dude.
What?
I leave Friday for that important convention.
coal
meeting.
mining convention.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding, Darren? You gonna be in town Saturday?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, good. Because we have a
Jimmy
thing
out,
for alumni
Darren.
downtown. Damn.
Now,
You know what?
provided we can
This
get
whole
off
coal
the-
mine things is way out of control now.
Yeah, I say go natural gas.
Jimmy took this safety class, and he's like the safety captain of the coal mines now there, and it's like ridiculous because he's always out of town. But I mean,
gotta
you're
keep
keeping
him
everybody
safe.
safe. That's true.
Got to keep these people safe.
But anyway, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this very interesting thing that you might not know about, and it's all about the teddy bear. Where did the expression the teddy bear come from? We're going to tell you that, and that's up next. We are back here on Rogan Radio, and this particular segment I found particularly interesting because you have things like the words, like say silver screen, silver spoon,
Silver lining.
Wow, you guys on some kind of page or something?
Jinx, you're it. You owe me a Coke. Now that works.
I don't even know what the hell
Silver
you guys...
bullet.
Isn't that how you used to do that? Jinx, you're it if you say it at the same time.
Same time, the person didn't get.
Yeah, and you have to like owe him a Coke or something like that.
Something dumb.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You ever
What
play
is
that?
wrong
You ever-
with you two?
Something like that.
What is wrong with you
Well,
two?
you know what? You don't eat hard-boiled eggs or
Do
baked
you guys
beans.
were saying the same? Do
You don't even know what Braunschweiger is. Come on.
The
now.
Mark Coffee, do you know what Braunschweiger is?
Brunswiger? I think that's how you say it. Something like that.
Like I can
It's
tell what
pretty
he
close.
No, hell no, he doesn't
he
know what
don't.
it is. You know what? Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you pull up an image of that right now?
You know what? No joke. Todd and I, we had this conversation earlier in the week, and he was telling me about this thing that he used to eat when he was working on the railroad.
I never worked. No, we used to say when I was walking on the railroad.
Walking on the railroad.
He's wearing an orange
It's called
jumpsuit.
Braunschweiger.
That's it right there, buddy.
Jesus Christmas, dude! There is no way I would ever put that in my mouth.
Bullshit.
No, I know what you've put in your mouth. I know you'd
Shut
eat
your
that.
mouth, boy.
See how it comes? See how it comes like in that loaf right there?
Listen.
Yeah, and you eat the hell
Now
out
listen
of
to
it.
this,
Well,
Mark.
you can put it on crackers. Look, it's like a spread.
Tom
Or you
was
can-
telling me about
You can
these.
put it on a sandwich.
This,
Look at that.
this great sandwich that he had growing up. It's like a Braunschweiger sandwich. Oh my god!
So what you're
dude.
saying is Todd eats the loaf.
It's like more
Exactly.
of a. It's
That's
more of
exactly what it is.
a spicy spam, I
It-
guess.
it-
Yeah,
more of a-
think of
You know
that.
what? You know what it looks like to me? Particle board of meat, or particle board of everything that on the floor.
Listen, one slice of that it says 2.5 inches in diameter by 1/4 inch thick
You know, 2.5
has
inches.
10%. 32 milligrams of cholesterol,
I told you,
176 milligrams
the
of
cholesterol.
sodium.
I told you, man, it was bad for you.
Right.
Wow,
Vicious,
59 calories in that one little slice.
But Tom was,
Cholesterol's out of control.
but cholesterol's not bad for you anyway.
That
No,
much
but
is.
saturated fat. Saturated fat's got 8% of your daily recommended for a 1/4 inch slice of that.
Todd
stuff.
was telling me about this loaf that he was eating as a kid, and he said his mom was making some kind of a sandwich with onions and
Onions
freaking
and
kidney
American
beans
cheese.
and all this other freaking
Yeah, man.
you had rabbit meat and feet and everything else on there, and you ate this stuff called Brunswiger. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's good shit, dude.
Yes.
I've never even heard of it, and you've ate that?
Yeah.
Why would Jimmy? Why would Jimmy? How would you know what that is?
It's up in Pennsylvania. It's up in Pittsburgh, too.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but that's German food.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
You went to the German restaurant up there, didn't you?
Oh, I love that German restaurant.
Well, then
Yeah.
next time we'll go up and get some fried Brunswiger.
Yeah, there you go.
There is no way in hell
We'll
I'm
put
eating
that on two
They-
big
they
road
would-
trip.
They would not even absolutely.
Oh, they would sell it.
Yeah.
They would not
And then we'll
sell
put
that.
that,
They
we'll
would
put
sell
that
it.
German Brunswiger on some Italian bread with some American cheese. Be like, yeah, this is your culturally fed, bud.
They sell
joke.
pierogies there.
Yeah, they
Polish.
sell pierogies there. Those are
Come on.
Polish.
Wow, I don't know,
I'll
but
give you
I've never
something
had
Polish.
that. I've never heard of that before. I've never had that.
Well, you
so-
know what? You saw a picture of it right
There you
here.
go.
There's a
Now you
picture
know.
of it. With
Man,
some
that doesn't
mustard.
even-
Look, mustard and cheese
Dude, that
on
is-
a big old bun.
That does not even
Big
blow
old
that up.
buns.
That does not even look like something I would eat. That looks like some fat that I would take off a freaking roast.
Check that out.
Dude, that is
at that.
ridiculous.
On some kind of a muffin thing.
Ridiculous.
That people can't see this.
Did they serve
This
that
is
thing
an
out of a
audio.
tin can?
No, dude, it's in like a loaf,
Like
a roll.
like a ham loaf or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like a deli bologna type loaf.
Mark
Yeah.
Coffee, would you eat something like that?
Mark.
I've had worse in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah,
I know you did last night.
Boing.
And wait a minute, you've had worse in your mouth. Chuck puts. Okay,
Shut
never mind.
your
I'm just
mouth.
trying to get this together here.
But anyway, let's get talking about the teddy bear. Here's a very interesting story about the teddy bear. Now, we all had teddy bears growing up, and they we were all like, I guess originally called the bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Well, Tom was telling me the story, so why don't you tell me the story? Todd's watching porn.
That's bear porn. Okay. I was listening to a podcast the other day. I found
Well, that's just great. Well, we go ahead and advertise. Which one?
No, I can't remember which one. But that's what I'm just, this is leading all
You're
up
relaying.
to. We were talking on the phone. I heard a story about the teddy bear. Now, everybody thinks a teddy bear is just this cute little plush toy that you get, but we never knew where it came from, right?
The word, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, no, where it originated from.
Why
Because,
there is such a thing as a teddy bear.
Yeah, they're hand in hand. The actual bear and the
actual
name
bear, yeah.
are hand in hand. Our beloved Teddy Roosevelt, our president, which one was he? Go.
Oh, what number?
Yeah.
Oh hell, I don't know.
Okay.
He was a big sportsman though. I do know that.
He was a huge sportsman. Back in 1902, he went on. He's like, man, I got to get out of the White House. So he went on a bear hunt, right? So they're going on this bear hunt, and like Chuck mentioned, he's a big sportsman. And the first day they went on this bear hunt, no, they didn't even see a bear. So that's kind of disappointing, right? Especially when you're leading a hunt with the president of the United States. Well, the next day they go out. Half the day goes by, still no bear. So old Teddy, he goes back for lunch, and the guys are still out there, and they got the dogs and all that. Well, they tree a bear. So it's an old bear, an old female bear. Well, naturally, the president is out eating his Brunschweiger sandwich, and so what they do is they club this bear and just knock him silly, and they tie him to the tree. We'll say, we'll just leave him here until. Then we'll go. They sent a runner out to get the president. And he came back. They're like, listen.
So they were basically saving it so he could have a photo
they were
op.
saving the bear so the president, Roosevelt, could shoot him and kill him. So he can have his bear. Well, like you mentioned yesterday, sportsmen they don't hunt like that. Mm-hmm. They don't. They hunt for the thrill. He wasn't going to shoot a bear that was tied up. So that's what he said. He said, hey, listen, I'm not killing that bear. Well, so as far as we all know. That's how the story went.
Right.
Roosevelt saved the bear. He pardoned the bear. Well, come to find out that actually he didn't. You want to jump ahead of that, or you want to get to the bear?
No, I
first?
mean, I thought it was kind of interesting because I said, okay, well, I think Teddy, he was very instrumental in like doing things like Yosemite Park and all that.
Yeah.
Very conservationist. And then Todd was telling me this story about how he's going to save this bear, and I'm thinking, oh wow, they let this bear go back into the woods and everything else because they had him tied up, and then they were. But in actuality, what Teddy did was
he refused to shoot it, but because he said that's very unsportsmanlike, right? But since the bear was injured and it was suffering, Roosevelt ordered the bear to be put down. So they did. They gutted the bear. They didn't shoot it. That's the funny thing. When they're telling the story, they didn't shoot the bear. They stuck it and they just gutted it and they killed the bear, which is kind of cruel, right? Yeah. Well, that's the story you don't hear. Okay, anyhow, this was back in 1902. Cartoonist Clifford Berryman picked up on this story, and he made this little, how in the paper they have make the little cartoons and all that. Mm-hmm. And it depicts Roosevelt standing there with his rifle, and he's like got his hand out like this, and because he refuses to shoot this bear, But in the cartoon, it's got Roosevelt, and he's got his hand out in his rifle, and he's got this other guy, one of the hunter guys, with him, and it's holding like this little bear. But it just looks like a really cute little fuzzy bear with little fuzzy ears, and it's just little like this, and he's got the little round ears, and he's sitting there. And he's, that's what the cartoonist, he wants it to make it look like that. This is just this cute little bear. So Roosevelt says, no, we're not going to do that. Well, then they picked up on this candy shop owner from New York, from Brooklyn. Morris Mitchum, he picked up on this, and what he did is I guess he had this company where they made toys for kids. So he said, "Listen, let's do this." So he made this plush doll that looked very reminiscent to the one in the cartoon, which looks like a teddy bear. Well,
it looked like a bear, but when you associate it with Teddy Roosevelt, you call it a teddy bear.
Yeah, well, it was actually called Teddy's Bear.
Oh, originally it was.
Yeah, because in the cartoon, if you'll see the cartoon, it looks just like what your kid would walk around today. It doesn't look like a grizzly bear.
What you think of as a teddy bear.
Yeah, and so it went from Teddy's Bear to Teddy Bear, and it stuck. And they've been making teddy bears ever since 1902.
Have they? I mean, is that still like a tradition? Do they still do that with kids and stuff?
You still buy teddy bears for you. You bought teddy bears for your kids, right? Okay. Everybody's had a teddy bear. Yeah. But you know what? No one ever really knew where
the word teddy bear. Yeah, why would you call it a teddy bear?
They don't even care. But that's where it came from. Teddy's Bear.
But like I said earlier, I want to know more importantly how they became the teddies that girls wear. how that became known as the teddy. Is it because teddy bears, you hug them, and then the teddy hugs the woman? I don't know.
Here's what I'm guessing. Is that when you can have like a teddy bear, and you're talking about, then you all of a sudden, you kind of morph yourself into the teddy that chicks wear. Then you have like the hound dogs, which would be us guys, hound dogs.
Yeah.
Then you have that trap. There's a trap that kind of closes together like a Venus flytrap. It claps together, and it traps you. So what happens is they put this like little teddy thing on, which is in actuality like bear scent. I guess like what do they call it? Like a salt block for guys.
Okay.
So the guys come up
Like a deer lick.
like a deer lick, right? Except it's a bear lick, and they were in this teddy thing, and then bang, that like Venus flytrap thing closes and shut, and it's got you for life.
Damn.
That sounds scary.
That's my excuse.
See, I was thinking it was like a teddy bear. They wanted you to come hug them like you would a teddy bear, and it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. So that teddy bear makes that girl feel all warm and fuzzy.
Well, that, or maybe she wanted you to get into the pot of honey, like Winnie the Pooh.
That's true.
I mean, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Speaking of that, did we talk about that before, where Winnie the Pooh really wasn't, like, Winnie the Pooh doesn't look like a teddy bear, so to speak.
Right.
He actually is considered a honey bear, which they don't look anything like a teddy bear. They look like a badger. They don't, if you look it up, a honey bear looks like a little badger.
So a honey
doesn't
bear doesn't
look like Winnie the Pooh at all.
Because, see, I always said when you said honey bear, it's just because they called it a honey bear.
Because they like honey?
Because they liked honey.
No.
And they just drew him like this.
No, a honey bear almost looks like a little badger type thing, and it doesn't even look like a bear at all.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Huh, see, I'm not a conservationist.
See? Now you know about the honey bear, and you know about
Dang!
honey bear.
And you know about teddies.
And teddies.
And the Venus
And
flytrap
titties.
of...
And teddies and titties.
Shit, whoa, what?
Well, the titties go inside of the teddies. Right here.
Well, say it real quick.
Titties and the titties.
Say it 3 times real quick.
Titties and the titties. Titties and the titties. Titties and the titties.
That's right.
Titties and the titties.
Little titty about Jack and Diane.
Little titty. That's not how that goes.
That's actually pity.
Here's a little titty about Jack's die. Hey,
See, there's just a little history on the teddy bear for
That's
you
very
and for all of
interesting,
our
though.
listeners. Now you know where the teddy bear came from. Thank you very
very
much.
interesting. Before that, there was no teddy bear.
Whatever.
No, there wasn't. And then I think Haft. Remember, I told you Haft was the president. Wasn't he the president after
Taft.
Roosevelt?
Taft.
No,
Not
was it Haft.
Half.
Or Taft.
Taft. He was
Taft? Did he get
It was
chopped in
Taft.
half?
It was
I'm
Taft.
gonna look
Taft.
at it.
It was
Taft. They tried the same thing with him with the possum,
All right.
but it didn't take off like the.
So
teddy
they
bear did.
tried
What
to
would
do
that be?
something with...
Like Taft possum?
I don't know what they
Hoss
call it.
Taft?
No, I
What would
want
you
to
call that?
I want to find out what his first
Half
name
some?
was.
Howard.
No, I don't think it was Howard.
Yeah.
It was a Howard.
Was it Howard?
Are you sure you guys went to the same
Jeez,
school?
dude.
William
you guys go-
Howard. William Howard Taft.
Did you guys go to the
Bloody-
same
But they
he's-
call now listen.
And
but
I'll tell
they
you something
call-
else. He was the 27th president of the United States. Do you not know that?
You just looked at that on the computer.
I was looking
That's
over
the only
here.
reason you know that shit.
Give me a break.
But they
he was
call it-
born, He was born September 15th, 1857. Give me a... Let me, and
And he died March 8th, 1930. William Howard Taft, but they called him Billy, so it was the Billy possum is what they called that plush toy, but it never took off.
Probably because
I'm gonna
Billy
type
Goat was
in-
already
I
taken.
wonder why.
I'm going to type...
Or Pot Belly was already taken
Pot
by
Belly.
Todd.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck. I told you I'm going to the gym now, so cut me some slack.
All right. You have anything else?
That's
right
right.
there,
I
look.
will get you ripped.
If you type in
Go to the
Billy
gym.
on the, if you type in
Type
Billy
it
on
in,
the
see what it
search bar,
says.
right? What's the first thing that comes
Why
up?
are you touching me? You touch me like... Listen to that.
First
That's assault, brother.
First thing that comes up, look, Billy Possum. I bet you right there it is.
Look at that thing. And this little possum.
The Billy Possum. Now, but it never took off like the teddy bear, obviously.
Yeah,
You never
obviously.
bought your kid a Billy.
Look at that thing. It's
Look,
not-
sequels are never as good.
No.
saying.
You can't have...
Sequels are never as good.
What
You're
would...
right.
If they kept it going...
Right there, look. There's Taft. There's his possum. And right here is his
He
little...
would-
Whoa,
plush-
hey, stop right there. We
I
don't want to
didn't
see
say
anything else
that.
about that.
Listen,
And there's his,
seriously, could you think of a worst creature if you were going to be associated with something? I mean, you had Teddy with the bear, right? He's a bear, right? And then the next guy comes along and says, Taft, you know what? How about a possum?
Yeah.
Who in the hell would want that? I'd want like a
I
piranha.
know. Then you're associated with roadkill because they're mostly dead on the roads.
Yeah.
He's cute right there.
Or like some kind of jackal.
Or a Wolverine.
Or a Wookalar.
Wolverine.
Wookalar.
Wolverine.
Possums are freaking ugly, bruh.
Boy, they really are too.
Look at that freaking thing.
All right. Hey, listen, we're going to come back. We're going to finish this show out. And first of all, once again, we want to remind you that Howard Taft was the 27th president of the United States after the 26th president,
Teddy Roosevelt. What year did Taft die?
Shit.
1930.
Good job,
Dang.
Jim. Jimmy was paying attention.
Shoot, man.
You're just half shit-faced. Okay, continue.
That's what we do in the coal mines. You know, we interview a lot of people, so I get to remember a lot of things.
Wow,
Really?
that's great.
Did you interview Taft?
Yeah.
His spirit? Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, Darren, we got to do some ghost hunting.
Listen,
We
I'll
do.
tell you what, we'll talk about that next segment.
Stuff.
We'll talk about it next segment. You're listening to Rogan Radio. We're back on Rogan Radio. We just learned something very interesting from the in-house historian, Mark Coffey. He was telling us about the Steiff bear.
Yeah, it's a German bear. I found one on eBay.
Yeah.
Circa 1912? $1,650 this thing's going for.
Dang, dude.
For a teddy bear, bro.
That's ridiculous.
No, there's more. Here's one $250. Here's one for $1,289. $1,500. $12. Jesus criminy, how old are these things?
Wow, pretty impressive.
1910. This one here is 1910. For a
Steiff bear. At the if you want to check it out, it's Steiff teddy bear.
Now here's an antique 13-inch teddy bear. We mentioned that in the segment.
It's $1,200.
$1,200.
Damn.
For a
Who buys that though? You know what I
Who
mean?
does?
somebody who's got way more money than I do. Those are German though.
Chuck buys them.
Those are German.
Chuck's
just like
stingy with his money.
just like Brunswider.
Hey, anyway, one of the cool things coming up that we have, not only a lot of the videos that we've been talking about, we like ghost hunts. One thing that when we started this entire podcast thing, we were going to talk about conspiracies and things, and we really haven't got into that too much. We've went on a couple ghost hunts.
Busy. That's like.
I know, right? But we have a couple things, two things coming up that I can tell you. Fido, which I hope to get in on the show next week with John, is down at what the hell is the name of that?
Sugar Creek?
No. That amusement park.
Shawnee Lake.
Shawnee Lake.
Yeah.
Shawnee Lake. He went down there a couple weeks ago and found out, made contact with the owner and found out some information about it. And we're going to go ahead and try to organize a trip, like a camping trip overnight, to go down there and do some paranormal activity investigation. Also, we are deciding where I think we're kind of. Are we debating on Moundsville or Weston? No, Jimmy's never went to either of those.
I think we said Weston.
Not overnight. I mean, I've been in Weston before.
Oh, I was going to say, let me know when I got some more information on that Steiff bear.
Yeah, go ahead and say that.
Actually, it was in 1902. The Richard Steiff in 1902, he designed the bear 55PB bears, the world's first stuffed toy bears with movable arms and legs. So at the same time, but the actual foundation, the Margaret Steiff GmbH, was 1880, and their very first stuffed animal were elephants, and they sold 5,000 of them.
Wow, there you go.
Imagine if you still had or got your hands on one of those things.
My goodness. eBay that real quick, Todd.
Anyway.
What are we eBay?
Steiff elephants.
Steiff
The
elephant.
Steiff
If there's
elephant.
any even left.
Holy moly, that would be something. I bet those
Can you
things are
imagine
crazy.
that? Man.
And those are the first toys,
1880?
stuffed toys.
That's crazy.
You would think they would have something before that, though.
You think they'd almost deteriorate, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been to both of those places, but never overnight.
Not for a ghost hunt.
No.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're planning a trip either to Moundsville or Moundsville's a prison here in West Virginia, along with or Weston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't remember what they call it, the Tri-Allegheny Lunatic
Lunatic
Asylum.
Tri-Allegheny
Something like
Lunatic
that. Yeah,
Asylum.
something like that. And it's like one of the at one time it wasn't the largest it was the largest handmade limestone structure on Earth or something like
Really?
that for a while. Yeah, and they were doing 180 lobotomies a day down there.
That's where the lobotomy was.
The lobotomy was actually started in Weston, West Virginia, if you can believe that.
Yeah, that's where it all came from. That
if you can
crazy ass-
believe that. So we're going to go ahead and get a ghost hunt for that because that's one thing. You know what? It's kind of tough in the summertime. It's weather's nice, but the mood's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I like when it's
You
kind of chilly.
You want to
and
get around October, Halloween
right.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of put your
Yeah.
psychology into that mode. Just like when we did that last year. We went
tunnels,
down,
yeah.
did the tunnels and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and do Shawnee Lake and then either Moundsville or Weston. Now, like I said, I've been to both. And we'll get Brian and Buster and all those guys and all of that. But
both Moundsville and the Western are hot, though.
Oh,
Both
yeah.
of them are hot.
Absolutely.
Spiritually, that is.
Hey, speaking of Buster, I think Tuesday he leaves to go out west. He is going to be placing a Rogan Radio sticker on the extraterrestrial highway out there for us.
I hope he gets a picture of
Gotta
that.
get a video.
Yeah,
That would be
supposed to.
bad, dude. That would be bad. Buster, he is the Mad No Matter. He's going to be going out west, and he's got some great stuff. Over the years, though, he's captured some really cool things as far as like we've been talking about these volcanoes. Listen, there was a time last week up in Washington. They had two. I mean, it's seismic activity over in the Pacific Northwest right now is insane.
And that's where he's going to, right? Isn't that going to Washington State, I think?
Over in that area.
I think he's going as far as. I mean, he's going to see how far he can go. Put it that way.
Yeah. So I mean, but he's caught some really cool video over the years of like, you can see like these lakes and ponds and stuff boiling, or the craters of the old volcanoes and smoking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And
What's crazy is Buster never really went anywhere up until a few years ago. Now he started, man. He's like, he goes everywhere now. He drives too.
I know.
He drives it all the way. He'll drive all the way across the U.S. to get this footage. He doesn't fly.
And
Can you find him on? Is Buster on Facebook?
Facebook is the Mad No Matter.
Okay, the Nomad. He's also on. I guess if you typed it in on YouTube,
Absolutely. Yeah,
YouTube,
he has
you'll
all
find
kinds.
him
He
there,
has
too.
all kinds of YouTube videos on there too.
Yeah,
so.
the Mad No Matter.
Yeah,
check him out and like his stuff too.
And listen, he's all over the place. I mean, he just kind of. He's unpredictable. Actually, he just kind of goes and does his thing, but predominantly out there like a Utah. I mean, I think he wanted to live out there, didn't he? Doesn't he? Is it Utah or Idaho?
Yeah, Utah.
Utah. Yeah. So that's very interesting, though. But once again, the Mad No Matter, go check that guy out. And then if you're interested, though, or if you have any tips of anywhere close, you have Centralia, Pennsylvania.
You know
like
what?
to go to.
I would like to go to that. Are there still
Are you
people that
talking?
live in
Is that the Silent Hill place?
No,
that's where those the coal mines are still burning under the town, right?
That's whatchamacallit.
It's sort of like the silent. It's
what Silent Hill was based off of.
With the abandoned town from all the coal mines. They said that coal. It started with actually a garbage dump fire that got into the coal mine, and they said that thing's going to burn for 250 more years, and it hasn't stopped since.
I wonder why they can't stop that thing.
They've tried to concrete it. They've tried to suffocate it, but for whatever reason, it just keeps burning.
And it's letting gases up through the town, right?
The sulfur and everything else. You can go through. We went up there one year, and you could go like the old highway, say like Route 50, where we live. It's like 4-lane, but they've actually cut that off because the entire road and it's split open because of the heat, and then you can go into the town.
So you just park outside, and then we have.
Because you can't. You can literally, and listen, you have to watch because of the sulfur and stuff. It'll knock you right on your ass. I mean, it'll kill you. But like the town is there but not there because they bulldozed. They displaced everybody. They said you can't live here because the entire ground.
I heard there were several buildings still there, though.
There are some buildings there still there.
As of 2010, the population was 10.
10 people still living there.
Yeah,
so that's of 2010. So.
I'm guessing they don't have a police force.
But
yeah, it's a cool place. It's a cool place. But and there's another one. What was the one place up in the western? Oh, it was up in Pennsylvania too. Shoot.
Up in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, some kind of haunted, kind of close to us. It wasn't near
The
Getty.
Demon House is up there. That one, what they call that? I think it's called Demon House.
Is that the one you sent me a link to?
Long time ago,
yeah. See, I would like to do something like that.
There's a demon house in Indiana, but this isn't PA.
PA. There it is. There it is. Right there. I saw the link. Todd's looking that up on the
McHugh
computer.
family estate.
There you go.
Ooh,
that's
just called Pittsburgh's best haunted house. Ooh, the demon house.
They have
is that the one you were talking about? Or
they were no, I'm not necessarily sure. It was actually like a legit haunted location. It was more or less like a Moundsville, which is a prison, or down at Weston, which is a old mental institution, or like a train tunnel where you had people die, or Centrala, something like that. Maybe this is it. The McHugh Mansion.
Yeah, McHugh.
It said one by
Monongalia,
one.
Pennsylvania.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of.
Monongahela.
Yeah, the McHugh family estate in
Is that the one that
Pennsylvania?
Is that the one Amityville's based off of?
No, that's up in upstate New York. And
Okay,
you know what?
that's right.
Did
It
you
was
know
New York.
this? That's a good find there, Darren. Did you know that the Amityville horror? Did you know this? That's all bullshit.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he trying to get out of his mortgage or some shit like that?
Yeah.
So he made the story up.
Yeah, so he can get out of his.
Listen, isn't that what a cool house?
But
though?
I thought that was a no legit buried on an Indian burial ground and stuff though.
Originally,
Well,
though,
then
I think originally though somebody was originally killed in the house, but as far as the legitimacy of a haunted house, no, he just made all that.
See,
stuff
what about
up.
because I was going to say I thought there was a truth basis to the kid whacking his family though.
That was the
Kinda like
original
their
owners.
film.
That's true. That was the original owners. That is true. That the doctor's son or something like that. That is true. But the guy that bought that house afterwards got into a mortgage too high for him, and then so he made it up to get out of it. And he based it upon
Made
what
up that
happened.
it was haunted.
Yeah,
after.
right.
So the murders happened, but then he made it up like, oh, the walls are bleeding and it's haunted.
Absolutely,
Gotcha.
to get out of the mortgage. Yeah. So I mean, if it's really haunted or not, what was that movie? Annabelle? Did you guys see that?
I haven't seen that.
Listen,
yet.
man, let me tell you something. You seen that? Let me tell you, Annabelle.
I'll tell you what. Actually, the doll that they used in Annabelle was actually pretty creepy. But what makes it even creepier was the original doll is a daggone Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
the
guess
very-
that's why
that
Annabelle
right there
Raggedy
just makes
Ann.
it just creeps me out
Yeah.
altogether right there.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it. What's that based off of? Just like is it a demon in a doll?
Yeah, basically one of those kind of movies.
When
Those
that-
kind of listen. When it comes to horror movies, like the hack and slash movies, I can deal with that. I don't like watching them though. It's like the possession movies, like the demonic
Yeah,
movies. Those are the ones that freak
No,
me
I'm
out.
with you on that.
Yeah,
the possession and the paranormal. That
Yeah,
just
yeah.
freaks me out.
Yeah, that'll keep me up all night. That'll keep me up all night.
I know.
That's why we're not going to talk about it. We'll talk about the teddy bears. Jimmy, you going to put your teddy on?
I will.
Okay, good.
If it makes you cuddle with me.
Booyah. Oh, my.
So we're going to do some ghost hunting hopefully this fall. I would
Yeah.
like to go to, we've been to Moundsville. That Weston State Hospital would be a great trip.
Yeah, it's pretty good. What's the status on the web page?
Jimmy?
Looking good. I'm just trying to get all the actual episodes of our podcast onto the website. I don't know how I'm going to do it because it's not RSS feeded, so I don't know if I'm just gonna. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll talk to you about
You'll
that
figure it
later.
out.
But everything looks good so far. We got links to the Facebook page on there and different things we're doing and links to our videos, the unique adventure, stuff like that.
yeah.
I'm looking at it right now, actually. It looks
Looking at
great.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
their
it's not
website
up.
right there.
Yeah,
it's
coming
blocked to
soon.
the
How
public,
about that?
man.
I need your password, please.
But anyway,
thanks.
hey, it'll be.
It'll be good.
It'll be good.
Hey, once again, you can contact us anytime you want by giving us the email at RoganRadio@gmail.com or sending us a text or voicemail at 681-222-7646. That is 681-222-ROGN. It's kind of hard to remember sometimes because sometimes I put 7647.
Yeah, you
Purely
sure
by
do.
accident. Every Sunday night, I don't want to say every Sunday night, a lot of times on Sunday, if you're purely a podcast person, we do a thing on the Facebook and on YouTube. If you search for Rogan Radio, it's a live thing. We call it the social hour. We just kind of mess around a little bit, kind of get warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, it's not Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was in the. I was telling Chuck I was on my way here. I stopped in the gas station and. The kid that was behind the counter was like, "Hey man, what's Rogan Radio? Is that Joe Rogan?" No,
but listen.
Sorry.
Write this down. Check it out.
Seth Rogen, dumbass.
Better than both. That's what I'm thinking.
That's right. Hey, until next time, you've been listening to Rogan Radio.